Yeah, like my mom, she sent me a video because I posted a clip about how I was a drug dealer for 3 years in Texas.
Sure.
And then my mom goes, "Oh my God, are you serious? Is this true?" I go, "No, Mom, I'm lying."
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, this is true."
Yeah, you're like
no, I was a drug dealer. Throw it on TikTok.
Yeah.
This is it. If it bombs, it's okay. Here's the thing. I have somewhat of a following. It's not even that great, but
I'm not even gonna ask because I don't know, but like I have a feeling that you're being modest, but because you're like I don't have that much of a following. It's like a billion, you know. But
no,
like
I'm
I
at
don't think
TikTok.
anyone
I'm at
has a billion.
693,000.
Is that not? That feels like a ton, but I don't know.
Maybe because I'm one of those like it's not a million. You know what I mean?
So okay,
But with TikTok, it's more engagement rather than number.
so
like the
but I
amount of
want to touch on what
followers.
you just said. Before I do want to talk about the tea that we're drinking today.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it.
So I have to tell everybody, not that I try and pick favorites because I don't, but I have maybe 3 or 4 teas that have been in my rotation for years that are some of my favorite teas in the whole wide world. Ahmed and I are drinking one of my favorite teas in the entire world. This is Rishi's Peppermint Rooibos tea. It is incredible. It is a caffeine-free. It's a beautiful mint. You can have it after dinner. You can have it in the morning, anytime. It brews at 195. You could steep it for anything between like 4 and 7 minutes. I say with a minty one, the more the better. I steep for literally 7 minutes. I truly, if you get any tea that I've ever talked about on this pod, Rishi's Peppermint Rooibos is the tea to get. And before we go any further in the conversation, I need to tell everybody about what you did when you first came in here.
Oh yeah. I'm a fan, by the way. Big fan of this.
Oh, I'm so happy you like it. But so we've had a lot of, I don't even know what episode number we're on. It's a lot. And guests come and go. Ahmed walks in. I'm literally looking down the barrel to tell the story. Ahmed walks in and brought us a gift, not just any gift. A gift of tea. Can you tell us about the tea?
Yes. So I'm Yemeni-American. One of my favorite. Growing up, we always had you drink. Well, it's shahi. This is black tea.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, so open it up. I got this bag specifically from Qahwa House. They have a location in New York
Yeah.
and in Michigan. Definitely check it out. They open it. So if you live in New York City, definitely check out Qahwa House. I'm sure any of your fans in New York have.
It smells so good.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's black
so good.
tea with cardamom.
Cardamom.
Cardamom?
I think it's cardamom.
Cardamom
Now you
and
got me in my own
turmeric.
head. Yeah.
And then I also brought you some a can of evaporate, 2 cans of
Truly,
evaporated milk.
2 gifts. 2 gifts.
So basically, yeah, you get 2 cups of water, a cup
Yeah.
of evaporated milk, and then like a tablespoon of the shahi, the
Yeah.
tea. Let it boil for a bit,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
20 minutes or so. But the longer you let it boil, the better. And then, just pour it through a strainer.
I've got those.
And then, just enjoy. Pour some sugar. I like sweet. So aside from the tea I brought to you by Qahwa House, I also brought to you a very funny tea joke.
No one brings you tea jokes. Hit me. Hit me.
Okay. This is an Arab dad joke. You ready?
I want to be
So
an Arab dad.
you know how in Arabic, okay, it's for tea we say shahi,
Sure.
chai, whatever. So
Yeah.
every time when I was a kid, every time I had a friend that was over who was very like quiet or introverted, my dad would pull him to the side and he goes, "Don't be shy, be coffee."
I want to use it. Can I use that joke even though
It would only work with Arabs and Desi people.
Well,
So it's a very neat, and even though if you say it to them, they'd be like, "Ah."
yeah. It's one of those jokes where they'll be like, nice. That's
I
good.
go, "Oh, that's a very sweet."
I think the only reason I think that I would make a great dad is because my dad joke arsenal is just it's grown over the years.
With dad jokes.
Yeah, stupid.
Oh, I
dad
love
jokes.
good dad jokes. I wrote this the other day.
Okay, hit me.
I wrote, I like to stay at this karate themed hotel called Hayat.
I like that joke.
It's so, I call it, so I've been writing like silly puns because I call it palate cleanser.
Okay.
So I wrote those jokes because, so when I write, like when I say a fucked up joke on stage and I
Sure.
hear groans, I go, "Oh, I'm hearing some groans. Okay, palate cleanser. And I would give them that joke. and they would get a ah or a laugh out of it, and I go, okay, now back to, and then I'll go back to terrorist jokes or back to sex jokes.
Like, let's get real dark.
Yeah. Well, it's not really dark. It's more edgier and dirty. I go edgier and dirty. I'll go with sex jokes and then some like little bit of dark, like a pedophile joke.
A little bit of dark. A little bit of dark. You know, like a kid fondler. I'll bring that into it.
You know, but it's great.
No, but like
because the premise is 9/11, so it's like it's getting.
Wait a minute. I think I saw you doing these jokes at the Improv, and at one point you were like, "Too dark for you," and I was like, "No, actually, I like them. I'm here for it."
I gotta go. Listen, what I love about stand-up, it's permission for you to say ridiculous, horrible shit.
You know what's funny? So a lot of people say, they're like, hey, if you're doing stand-up, you have permission to say the worst things in the world.
Right.
Meanwhile, I'm a clean comic, so I don't say any of that stuff. And my buddy was like, oh, so like you just like, you don't think in dirty? I was like, no, dude, yeah, I do. I was like, I only am a clean comic because it just makes my life easier. So I don't have to write 2 sets of jokes. Like when I have my hour, it can work everywhere. Like,
that is good. My old roommate, Ryan, or my current best friend.
Ooh. Give me a shout out. Hey, Ryan.
Ryan Kelly, who's also from St. Louis. We'll talk about that. But Ryan he works clean. He does have dirty jokes. Like he thinks of that, but like it's more similar to you. Like he does a lot of colleges. He does a lot of corporates, and it works. I can do college and corporates.
I could see you doing
that. I've done plenty. I've been writing edgier and dirtier material only because I don't know why. It just happens.
But if that's what you want to do, that's fine.
Right.
If that's where your head's at.
And but I'm doing a bunch of colleges soon, and I have a lot of clean material for that.
You have to.
You have
to. You can get a little dicey, but not a lot.
I've done a college show where the staff would just leave, and the kids are literally begging me for me to go dark.
Oh, boy.
And I would do it.
Really?
Yeah.
I always have that fear that, like, if I do it, someone will be like, do you know what he did?
Have you done NACA?
No.
So when I would do NACA, I go squeaky clean.
You have to.
Yeah. My tape is squeaky clean to get into NACA. And then when I do NACA, I'm very like... very like, hey guys, I'm gonna talk about my Yemeni-American heritage and my Muslim identity.
I mean,
like, and it's very, very clean, very like.
It's good though.
Good. I try to be as like clean comedy as possible, and then I do the colleges.
Yeah.
The staff would just leave. This is just one so far. The staff would just leave. Next thing you know, they go hard, and then they would start like there was this one kid who kept heckling me.
Heckled you at a college show?
Yeah, he kept heckling me, right? And then I would try to talk to him. I'm like, oh, okay, so what do you think? And he wouldn't say anything. And I'm like, hey, man, if you're going to heckle me, at least at least join this conversation with me. Yeah. Otherwise, you're just being an asshole, disrupting the show. So talk to me. What, And he goes, I don't want to talk to you. I'll go, okay, let's start with this. What's your name? He goes, John Doe. I'm like, okay. How old are you? He goes, I'm 12. And I go, no, not the ages of your victims. How old are you? The kids lit up. Oh, one kid got up and did a circle and sat back down. That was weird.
Yeah. Is that a new thing? Should I be doing that?
But I had no choice but to basically call this kid a pedophile.
I mean, did he shut up after that?
He did. And then he was like, see, and then later on, I'm joking. He starts heckling again. And I'm like, dude, you want to heckle again? See, you need me to talk because that's the best, that's the only way you could get a laugh, even though I was getting laughs before.
Yeah.
He was just being so annoying to the point where other students were like, dude, shut up. Like,
yeah, know that kid wasn't going back to hang out with his friends because he didn't have any.
He didn't have any. No, but this is just an example of like I feel like we're kind of swinging the other way in a sense where for a while it was like, you can't say that, you can't say that, you can't say that. And now, like, I don't know, I'm just basing this off of this college show.
Yeah.
Now you have kids who grew up in their high school years with this comedy of you can't say that, you can't say that. Now they're like, no, I want you to say anything you want. Talk about this, talk about that, say the jokes about this. So it's like, I don't know. This is just a dumb theory of mine. Who knows? I might be wrong. But
you might be right.
Right. I feel like now it's like a shotgun. There's so many ways comedy is going, especially because of
I see.
content now. Because now people think it's crowd work. I don't think so. You could go with crowd work. You could go with joke writing. But what kind of jokes? Can you go dirty? Can you go squeaky clean? There, no matter what comic you are, there is an avenue for that.
True.
And
I guess my question for you, because we were talking about this a little bit off mic. I got to tell you, by the way, for everyone listening, you missed a killer conversation off mic. But for someone like you, one of the things that you were saying off mic was like, you decided one day, you're like, I have to build my own following.
right.
Do you feel like because you did that, which I think you did very successfully, because you did that, you're more able to dictate the path that you go because you don't have to
Yes.
answer to anybody?
Yes, 100%. I mean, there's times where where I'm like, oh man, I wish I had an agent or a manager. I think they would help me.
I think everybody says that.
Right. But that's the thing. Like, we all want what you can't have. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Or what you don't have? Because, I like for me, like it was just harder. Like, I don't know. I decided to get a following because I wanted to sell tickets.
Yeah.
And I think the best way to, and I knew that going in like 2-3 years ago, I was like, if I have a following, it would give me leverage. I just knew that, because I would just see from like Trevor Wallace as an example or other comedians. But before the
Yeah.
pandemic, I was posting content before the pandemic. It wasn't good, but I was trying.
I don't
But
know
then
that I've posted good content yet.
But
go
then
ahead, yeah.
TikTok came. Well, well, as you see, like I
Yeah.
was just trying. Some of it
Yeah.
were funny, but I was like looking back at it before the pandemic when I was posting like videos on Instagram. I was like, oh, this was funny. I see where I was going with. But
Yeah.
I was like, I know how to make it funnier now.
Yeah.
When TikTok came to be, I was like, oh, here's this platform where it was just all about quantity. And that's why I give advice to people who are trying to get into the content game, like you or Elliot. Like it'd be like, what's your advice? Just keep posting every day for the first year or so. Just post. It's kind of like stand up. Get on stage every day.
Yeah.
Why? Just get on stage every day. You'll know why. Same thing. Just post every day. I say TikTok because TikTok, your friends are not on there, so it gives you the permission to fail in front of people who don't know
Some
you.
people follow me that I know.
On TikTok?
Oh, yeah.
It's okay,
Yeah.
but it's TikTok.
True. So
TikTok gives you the permission to fail.
it's a little more disposable in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's a quote I always love by, do you ever listen to Outkast?
Yeah, Outcast, the
hip hop group.
Yeah.
They say, baby boy, you're only funky as your last cut. You focused on the past. You're bound to be a has what. And I think about that a lot because I'm just like, okay, cool. Like that video sucked. Great. All right. Put out another one.
Right.
And then put out another. And even if your last one was great, you got to put out another.
Exactly.
And that's how it is.
I've had videos that, like I posted a video today. Didn't get that much likes and love.
Yeah.
That's okay because I'm going to post the next video. I've had videos that have gone over 10 million views.
Dear Lord.
People forgot about it within the next day or so. That's okay.
But do you feel like now your happiness is tethered to the performance of these videos?
Okay. That's a great question, Josh.
I love how you stare down the barrel. You go, "That's a great question."
I'm like Chip Nicholson now.
Oh my god!
But okay, there were points, and which was why I loved living with Ryan because he and I were just it was a great chapter in our lives because we were I was just getting into TikTok. He was already kind of established. No, he was actually very established because he was in the very early days of TikTok. That's how he was able to blow up so fast.
Good for him.
And he's also very funny and talented and all that. But like there were points where if a video tanked, it would ruin our day.
Huh.
And then I told Ryan, I was like and then when a video would do well, it would be a good day.
But would it last longer than that day?
Right. And then it was like, and I told Ryan this, I go, dude, we need to stop. Like, this is going to really fuck us up. And he was like, dude, you're so right. Like, I was like, don't worry about the output, not the outcome.
That's really interesting.
And don't get me wrong. It is still sometimes tough to not get tethered to the outcome of a video.
Yeah.
especially when you put a lot of work into it. I mean, like you put hours of editing, hours of like, you wrote it, you shot it, you edited it out, and then you put it out and it got no love. It does suck. It
Yeah.
sucks. And then especially because you put out a video that you didn't put that much effort in and it got over 15 million views, and you get that dopamine spike because it fucks with you. It's social
100%.
media. It's the
Yeah.
internet. It fucks with you where it's like I legit would have, I don't want to say depressed days, but borderline bummed out where I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I really believed in that video. But now I'm like, that's okay. I know I've gained experience from writing and shooting that. And also I put something out there and I could always repost it.
Yeah. Do you repost a lot?
I always repost.
I feel like you should.
I will repost a video because I believed in it and I know it's funny and I'm going to repost it because
Sure.
I know it deserves the love it's going to get the love it deserves.
So the thing is, like, as a stand-up, you're doing a lot of things, right? The you being the royal you. You're writing jokes, you're honing your craft, you're doing all that. Then there's also a business side of stand-up, which not a lot of people talk about, but you also have to figure all of that out too. You're now adding, a lot of us try and add a social element. It's a small piece for a lot of us. For you, you've now taken on essentially a third, like, huge pillar of this, and you're taking on all the work that comes with that. So now you're doing work here, here, and here.
Yeah.
Like, when do you have time to do, like, I don't know if you're fully doing stand-up full-time, but like when you have time for a day job, or when you have time for a relationship, when you have time to sleep?
Right. That's also a really good question. That's something I've been learning myself.
Yeah.
I've been getting better at like I haven't been posting like every day now. I'm
Okay.
not on that like that tempo anymore.
Such a
Where
hard,
I'm
I can't
like,
imagine
I
how
need to post every day.
so
Like,
hard.
but like now I'll be like, oh, here's this funny sketch series idea. I'm gonna write a bunch of these.
Okay.
I enjoy it. I genuinely
Sure.
enjoy it, and I have ADD, so I think that's my
I think
superpower.
we all kind of do.
Yeah, but I think that's my superpower. Where I'm like, here's the thing. I love stand up, but I
Yeah,
also
yeah.
love acting,
Okay.
and I love sketch.
Yeah.
Because I started off at Dallas Comedy House as an improv and sketch guy, and then I got into stand up.
Okay, interesting.
So my
similar,
brain
yeah.
can work in two different things where I could take a premise and I
Yeah.
could turn it into a sketch or turn it into a stand up.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll think of a joke where I'm like, oh, this could be a sketch or this could be a stand up, or I'm like, oh, I think I can make it in both ways. But when it comes to the time, it's all time management. When I quit my job to pursue comedy full time, that's when it made it easier to balance everything. But in the beginning, when I was an accountant by day, comedian by night, it did help that I was working from home.
Okay.
And in January of 2021, when I decided to post every day, or sometimes twice a day or whatever, it was nice to have Ryan as my roommate because I was working as an accountant, but I was working from home. So, like when you're
Yeah.
done with the work, it's like I could just go over to Ryan's door, knock on his door. Hey, I have these ideas. Oh, yeah, cool. I have these ideas. Okay, great. We would shoot 4 or 5.
A day?
We would shoot 4 of those. Yeah, in the span of like 2 hours, we'd shoot like 4 or 5 videos, and then we would just post it every day. We'd post one every day, post one every day, post one every day.
Dear heavens.
But see, to you, it's like, oh, this is so hard. But when you're in that mindset and you're used to it, you realize it's not that hard. And now, like on TikTok, you could schedule. Instagram, you could schedule. YouTube, you could schedule.
Before we keep going, I want to get to our first segment. Are you?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
No, don't
So-
apologize. Are you ready for the Newly Friend game?
Of course. yeah.
Love it. It's called the Newly Friend game. It's like the Newlywed game, but we're friends. And you're an extra special friend because you brought us a gift. So you're already top tier friend. You're what would it be? Platinum status friend?
I will take it. Yeah.
That's what it would be, like silver, gold, platinum. I don't know.
Yeah, it is because I'm right now a silver Delta Sky Miles member.
But okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to write down your answer. Don't say it out loud. I'm going to write down what I think your answer is. We'll flip our boards. Then we'll do the same question for me. So you mentioned off the pod, I had a different question, but you had mentioned off the pod that you are from Dallas.
Mhm.
I literally just spent a while in Dallas a month ago.
Yeah.
So my question for you is going to be, and don't tell me, write it down. What is your favorite thing about Dallas?
All right, you ready?
I'm scared I got it wrong.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
go.
1, 2, 3, flip. Damn it.
The Mavericks.
So I thought you might be a big sports guy, and the Mavs are an incredible team.
Not really a big sports. I do like the Mavericks.
But
I mean,
they're
I was
not
there.
your favorite.
I'm not a really big sports guy.
I took a shot. It was a big swing.
Yeah.
You wrote down food, and you specifically wrote Whataburger and Velvet Taco.
Yeah.
So Velvet Taco I've had. I'm going to be honest, I've never had Whataburger. Now, I don't eat meat. So, like, is there a veggie burger?
Yeah. You would like it. They have some vegan options.
What makes Whataburger, like, different than, I don't know, like In-N-Out or something?
They got
like
great onion rings.
I love onion rings.
I'd see the whole Whataburger versus In-N-Out. I never really understood that argument.
Is there a big thing there?
I mean,
Well, we're gonna keep that board. 'cause
Yeah,
we're
I
not done yet.
remember.
Yeah.
I remember, like, for a while on the internet, everyone was arguing between In-N-Out and Whataburger, but I'm like, you can't really compare it because In-N-Out just sells cheeseburgers. Yeah, their fries is ass, but
Yeah, that's what
Whataburger has so many options. They have chicken, they got beef, they got fish, they got
Is it like a
onion rings.
huge menu?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
So it's not. This is not like a standard burger fast food place.
They have everything. They have like one of their signature meals that I always get is the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich. Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound like something
or if you are a fan, like, so during breakfast they have the honey butter chicken biscuit. But what I like to do is I would get the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, but instead of getting barbecue sauce, I get the honey butter sauce.
Okay, now you're just making me hungry. I don't even
Yeah,
eat
me
meat.
too.
I'm like,
I want to go
I
to
don't eat it.
Texas. I want to go back to Texas now just so I could get it.
Yeah,
but every
dude.
time I'm in Texas, I get like Whataburger, sometimes twice a day, but at least every day I get Whataburger.
So when we were in Dallas, what I really wanted to do, and you're gonna laugh at me, but what I really wanted to do was get Waffle House
Waffle House.
because we don't get
yeah.
Waffle House.
Yeah,
here.
there's no Waffle House here.
There's
I
no
just
Waffle House,
realized.
California. I looked it up
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I wanted to take a drive.
No, Waffle House it's the ambiance.
I've never been to a Waffle House. I want to go to a Waffle House.
Yeah.
Someone told me that the pecan waffles are amazing,
They're good.
but it's not great. You seem unimpressed.
No, I mean it's you know, you eat it. It's like it gets the job. It hits the spot.
This is
But it's
not
more
a
just the
ringing,
ambiance.
It's not a ringing endorsement.
It's not that great, but it's just something about it. You're like, I kind of want to go because for me, it's the nostalgia for me. It's because there was a
So you
Waffle
used
House
to
right.
go.
Yeah, because there was a Waffle House right next to this mosque, and every morning my dad and I and my brothers we would go pray Fajr, which is the prayer before sunrise, and then we would go have breakfast at Waffle House.
Did you say before sunrise?
Yeah.
How early did you have to be at the mosque?
Let's say, depending on the day, like, okay, let's say I don't have my phone on me, but I have to, like, tomorrow Fajr would be like what?
These are probably stupid questions for half
No.
of our listeners. but
No,
I'm
it's
just like,
no, because I should know this. The fact that I have to look it up, it just proves that I haven't been praying. Okay, like tomorrow Fajr is at 5:36 a.m.
so this is a stupid question. I swear we'll get to my question in a second. But like, what happens if you want to be religiously observant but you're not a morning person? What do you do?
Yeah, I know.
Do you not? Is there no option? Can
No.
you not do like? Can you?
You got if you love Allah.
So there's no like.
But that's what faith is, right? Faith is, doing things for the sake of God.
That's true.
So even like me, fasting. I love food.
Yeah. Who
I
doesn't?
love food.
Yeah.
You're Jewish, right?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like Yom Kippur.
I fasted yesterday. No
Right.
food, no water.
For Yom Kippur was yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, well, what do we say?
You say easy. Well, you would say I hope you have an easy fast, but
Oh, well,
I
yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't.
well, l'chaim.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Which
Yeah.
means to life. I didn't have an easy fast. I was very hard.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Like,
Yeah.
I love eating.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I love eating. I love drinking tea. I love, for a lot of my friends, my Muslim friends, for them,
Yeah.
the hardest part is like they love their morning coffee. That's like my little brother and my cousins.
Yeah.
They love their morning coffee. They love their morning tea. But when it comes to Ramadan, that's the one they're like, we do it for Allah. They do it to the sense where they'll just drink it at night, or they wake up super early, they pray and everything. But before they start fasting, they would drink their coffee, even though they know they're going to be staying up. They can't go back to bed. They're going to be up for a bit.
Is Ramadan also no water?
Yeah.
So you're doing no food, no water. How many days in a row?
For 30 days.
That is hard.
Yeah.
I was like,
But that's what faith is. You
I
know, you
love
do
how
it for the sake of Allah. Like right now, like I'm not the most religious person, but like that's what I love about Ramadan, where I'm like, I have to do this, and I feel so much closer to God. I'm praying more.
yeah, yeah.
I'm not. I'm writing cleaner jokes, but no, like I feel close to God. Even like that's what when Ryan and I were living together, he even observed Ramadan because he saw it like how it legit like how I just changed to a new person.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. There's something powerful about that holy month.
I don't know if you watched Rami, the show.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen it.
Yeah, yeah. And I just loved, seeing how he interacted with the holiday.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is, yeah. I was like, it made it seem a lot more appealing, like that holiday. It made it a lot more understandable why one
Yeah,
would
and
do
it's
it.
about community. It's about family. It's about
Yeah.
you're closer not just with your closer to your family, but you're closer. Like one of my goals for next Ramadan is to just go back to Texas and just go be with my family.
For the whole month.
Not the whole month, but the last 2 weeks or so. I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna be with my family for Ramadan.
I mean, it makes sense.
It would be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I would no just for the last week or so. Probably
yeah.
the last week because I have to be in LA and do comedy shows and stuff. And
I couldn't be with my family for a month. I think I would.
yeah, I want to
jump
be with
out
them for a
window.
week. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's quickly do my question. We'll put the boards down.
Yeah, let's
we'll
do
do the
it.
same question for me. What is my favorite thing about Dallas? Because I was just there. I'm going to be candid. If you get even remotely close to my answer, I'm going to give you credit for this because there's no way you're going to get this.
Dallas is kind of boring. Let's be real.
Well, there's one.
But you were in Fort Worth.
So I also was in Fort Worth. Yes. So I will give you.
I'm gonna give you this here.
And then I'm going to give you here. I'll give you this one too.
All right, you ready?
Yep. Flip your board on three.
3,
1,
2,
2, 3.
1.
Okay.
Tatsu
Barbe-
Dallas.
So barbecue, good brisket. Do you know what Tatsu Dallas is?
It's the sushi restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or JFK Memorial. I didn't go.
You didn't see JF? That's the only thing we got.
I know. So let me tell you really quick. So I'll make the story fast because I don't want to bore all the
Dude,
listeners.
Tatsu's good.
Yeah, you can put your board down. We're done with that
Yeah.
segment. But I'll tell you this. So starting on my birthday 6 years ago or something along those lines, maybe 7 years ago, me and two of my best friends used to go to the sushi place in New York called Sushi Yasuda. And we would go to the same chef every time who was Chef Tatsu. And then 3 years in, we came and Tatsu was gone. And we were like, what happened? They're like, oh, he left Yasuda. And we were like, oh my gosh. So we didn't know where he was. One of my best friends, 6 months later, was at a food show, and there was this huge crowd surrounding someone doing a live carving of tuna. And he went to go see, and it was Tatsu. So he goes to Tatsu immediately when he's done. When the crowd disperses, he's like, Tatsu, it's me. Like his name's Andrew Avrin. He's like, it's Avrin. You remember me, my friends Josh and Ray? And he was like, of course. And he's like, where were you? Like we go over here for our birthdays. We couldn't find you. And Tatsu was like, oh, I left. I'm opening up my own place. As soon as he opened up his own place in New York, we went there. It was amazing during the
Did he
pandemic.
give you a hookup?
Oh, I mean, he signed. He had a book published about him opening and signed a copy for us. Like he's amazing.
Nice.
He closed it down during during COVID. And went to Dallas and opened up Tatsu Dallas. And the reason I went down to Dallas was to go see Chef Tatsu.
No, did he remember you?
Absolutely.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah, we went and they closed down the whole sushi bar for 2 hours and just had us there. Yeah, it was crazy.
Dude, you're a fucking badass.
No, I mean, I'm not. It had nothing to do with me. We just had a relationship with this guy. Like this guy is one of our favorite people. And every year we'd go spend our birthday with Tatsu.
But in a sense where it's like, that's like seeing your first few fans as a stand-up comedian. Like I'm going to forever, like my first few, okay, there's this kid named Kyle Manning. I've never met him before, but I haven't met him in person yet. But I will forever remember him for the rest of my life. There's a few people, Lindsay Sattler, Kyle Manning, and Andy's like my assistant now, but this girl named Rayan. There's like a few handful of people who I know. They were my first few followers on TikTok, and they used to join my lives on TikTok. So I just know them by their names, and they used to join, and I just know them, who they are. I met Lindsay before, but if I were to be doing shows in their cities, immediately I'm giving them a free ticket. It's like,
I love that.
it's just something, and that's the best way I could relate to tattoo, where it's like,
Yeah.
here's these people who've known me since this day. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
And
your
there's
day
something,
ones.
your day one homies, exactly.
yeah,
There's something
absolutely.
special about that.
That
I
is
love that.
so interesting.
You just invested on Netflix early, bro.
Yeah. I should have instead of going to Tatsu, I should have been going. I should have been, doing lives for those three.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's just something you just, I don't know. I find that so beautiful, where it's like he remembers you, and it's like, come here, let me hook you up.
He kind of became a part of our birthdays. He just became, because we would go every year, once a year, and just spend our birthdays with him. And I don't remember why, but like after the first year, we were just like, we all liked him. He's not, the most verbose. He's slightly soft spoken, but like he seems so genuine.
Yeah.
In that first year when we met him. And then after that, just like every time we just requested it in our reservation, we were like, we only want to be with Tatsu. And whenever he's available, if he's not available the night that we're looking at, we'll choose a different night. We would work around Tatsu's schedule.
Nice.
We loved him.
I love that. I am now craving sushi.
Well, you also had me on biscuits and honey.
Yeah, honey butter. Yeah.
I mean, so you were born and raised in Dallas. You're out here now. Is it weird? We talked off mic about the very remote possibility, no one in LA freak out, the very remote possibility that one day you might investigate living in Austin.
Yeah.
Is it a weird feeling to like, I understand it's a different city, but like going back to Texas?
That's the problem. And that's why I'm so reserved. I love Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's great.
I love LA. I love LA. I fucking love living here.
Is there a but though?
No, it's just it would be nice. Like if I were to get married and have kids,
Yeah.
it would be in Texas. I would move to Texas for that.
You wouldn't. So is it you don't want to have kids here, or it's just the cost is not
The cost, the cost of living would be too much.
Sure.
And also, if I'm gonna raise my kids, I want them to be in Texas, close to my family.
That makes sense.
Maybe and also like, can my career handle moving to Texas? You know what I mean? Right now, and that's all up in the air.
Right.
Right. Let's say in a perfect world of me moving to Austin, this would be my perfect world. Would be, I'm a big established comedian, and like I could, I have a following, so I always do the road, so it doesn't matter what city I'm at, and essentially be better to be living in Austin because flights, flying, having to go to East Coast and West Coast, and then Dallas is only a few hours away, 3-hour drive, less than an hour flight. And then there's my mom and my brothers and the Muslim community, be right there.
Yeah.
But that's the perfect world. You know what I mean? Austin still has a slight growing comedy scene. But here's the thing. I love LA because I love all the collab. I want to do the Hollywood. I love acting.
Yeah.
I want to audition. I just did a couple commercial auditions. I'm not a scab, just commercial auditions.
Well, the strike, I believe, is about to end.
It's about to end. Yeah, they're about to.
SAG isn't fully over yet, but it's on the way, and WGA's already wrapping. Yeah.
But like, and I do love the ocean. As cliche as it sounds, but I take advantage of that. What you mentioned about your, like, how do you balance everything? For me, mentally, like, I'll take a day where I'm going to go to Santa Monica Pier and rollerblade down to Venice and just go rollerblade and go dancing with all the people, smoke some weed and listen to music and rollerblade in the big skate circle. Like, I love that. There's just so much culture here in LA that I can't get that in Texas.
You don't think it exists even in Austin?
In Austin, there's somewhat of a culture. It's getting better, but it's still a small city. People aren't realizing Austin's still a small city, man.
Yeah, I guess that's right. I mean, I was also there.
It's slowly growing.
I was there recently.
But
it's got a vibe.
It has a vibe.
But, I mean, who's to say whether it's bigger or smaller?
LA is just much better, though.
I want to ask you, and again, you can tell me if you don't want to weigh in on this, but you just made me think about it because you were talking about the Muslim community. I'm so curious, and again, we don't have to talk about this.
Yeah.
That whole Hassan controversy.
Dude, I heard about it today.
Are you kidding me?
I swear to God, I didn't know about it until today.
I was blown away when that all broke because I don't want to sound terrible, but I'm also just like they're like expose on him. I'm like, aren't there like a lot of other things we could do in exposés on that like
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
are like slightly more important? But like, yeah, let's like take down a comic, sure. But like, did you feel like, because when you mentioned it made me think about it, because when you said the Muslim community, one of the criticisms that was made was that it was very tough on the Muslim community because the Muslim community looked up to him.
Right. He was like the golden child. He's like
Was he though?
the golden son.
I don't know.
That's the way I viewed the reason why I was viewing Hassan as Hassan as the golden child is because the parents will go to this comedy show. You know what I mean?
Like, would your parents, if he were in town, have been like, you know who's in town?
Yeah, my dad would do that.
Really?
My mom doesn't give a fuck about anything.
My mom hasn't even seen me do stand-up. So
Yeah,
you're
my
fine,
mom
yeah.
even same thing for me.
Yeah. My mom would probably go see you though.
Same thing. My
Oh,
mom's
great,
like,
great.
I like Trevor Noah.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, mom. But that's the thing. My dad would be like, oh, Hassan Minhaj, because he's on the news and he's on the White House Correspondence Speech and all
Got
that.
it.
So it's like they're proud of him. That's what I'm saying. He's like the proud golden son.
They kind of own him.
And he's not, and
Yeah.
he doesn't talk about sex. He doesn't talk about, drinking and all that. He talks about, enlightening, building up the Muslim community.
Yeah.
And the reason why I would see, again, I just found out about it today. So I guess, and now people are, like how you're bringing it up. The way I view it is, if you lie about comedy, that's okay because you're making people laugh.
Sure.
Right. But what he was doing, the emotional truths, because I read I was reading a little bit about it, and his excuse was emotional truth. But it's like, dude, you weren't, like, the whole premise is fake. So what are you doing here? It's like, and that's not the punchline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
And also, it's like remember Steve Razanese, whatever?
Ran is easy. Yeah.
He
9/11.
lied about
Yeah.
him being in 9/11, being in the towers. That was fucked up. Where it's like, dude, like, you can't say that. You're taking that experience and you're saying, I lived it. Come on, man.
Do you think that Hassan's is as bad as what Steve did?
Not as bad, but in a sense where there are some people who are really upset and hurt. I personally, I don't really. I mean, it's got to be real. You know what I mean? But also, I'm having the opposite issues where I'm talking very truthfully of what I said on stand up, and the people go, "Is that true?" I go, "No, it's a lie." Like,
But it actually is true.
yeah, like my mom, she sent me a video because I posted a clip about how I was a drug dealer for 3 years in Texas,
Sure.
and then my mom goes, "Oh my God, are you serious? Is this true?" I go, "No, mom, I'm lying."
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, this is true."
Yeah. You're like.
No, I was a drug dealer.
You're like, no, mom, that's a lie. Ooh.
or literally go, like, sometimes, like, I'll be on stage and then I go, yeah, like, I'll talk about, like, having sex
Yeah.
with a girl, and then after the punchline, and I go, after the joke is done, I look at the crowd of Muslims and I go, "I'm just kidding, Muslims. I'm a virgin." And I would get a laugh and be like, okay, yeah, you're totally. This is just for the sake of the joke. But I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
I'm having the opposite issue with Hassan is like lying and saying it's true. I'm like, this is true things that I've done, and I have to come off that. No, I'm just kidding. It's a lie.
No, that no.
No, I didn't take shrooms at a Lizzo concert.
That actually sounds like a blast.
It was a great, amazing experience.
Yeah. I was like, that sounds. Who would get mad at that? That's like, even your mom would probably be like, I could see that's fun.
Yeah,
you
come
know.
on. It was
Yeah.
fun. I'm like, Mom, it's Lizzo. Come on now.
She understands.
But yeah, with the, again, it's all with, like, if he said it for the sake of the joke,
Yeah.
and it was hilarious, then yeah, I can get it. But he's doing a one-man show,
Sure.
and you got to be honest for that.
Yeah.
To me, one-man show is all about honesty.
Got it. I see where you're drawing that line.
You know what I mean? If it was a stand-up comedy and he's doing punchline, and it's all jokes, lie about whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. But if it's a one-man show and you're trying to build this, like, what was it? Was it Fugazi? What was it? Facade. I said facade.
Oh,
Fugazi.
I didn't know where you were going.
Facade. I was thinking of the wrong word, but anyways, this facade of, like, this is what I went through. This is my story. Like, imagine Nanette was all a lie.
Not good.
You see that
But
grunt you just did?
Does he bill it as a one-man show? Or does
It
he
is
bill-
a one-man show.
It's not about what you and I think, because I do think it's also
That's
a one-man
a fucking
show.
one-man show. Let's be real
But
here.
does he bill it as that? Does he bill it as stand-up?
Yeah, no, he built it as a one-man show.
Okay.
He's a storyteller.
So am I.
I know, but that's the thing. But I'm saying, like, Jim Jeffries is a storyteller.
True.
John Mulaney is a storyteller. But that show, when I see his two specials, Homecoming King and King's Jester, I loved both of them a lot. I've watched it multiple times. But those are one-man shows. You can't tell me that that's a comedy special.
Sure.
That's
I
a
agree with
one-man show.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I want to keep talking about this. I know that we're running up on time, so I'm going to take us to the lightning round. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So this is the lightning round. These are 5 fast questions. They do not have to be fast answers at all. So
Okay.
take your time, live in it. You know what I mean? Someone once said that shouldn't be the lightning round. I'm like, well, it is. And that's what the animation says on YouTube. So that's what it is.
Okay.
First question, what is a favorite ritual of yours? So mine is brewing tea.
I would say it's new, but my favorite ritual. Okay, I have two. Can I give you two?
Yeah, please.
The new one that I've been really truly enjoying is I wake up, I unplug my phone,
Okay.
I put it in, I don't even look at it. I just turn off the alarm,
Yep.
and then I put it in my little time lock box.
You wouldn't even time like it's a timer.
It's a timer. So I put it in the box and I set a 30-minute or an hour timer, and then I journal. I'm not looking at my phone. I journal. I do my skincare routine, my face wash, my retinol, whatever.
You do retinol in the morning?
No, and at night.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's whatever.
Yeah.
I do face wash. In the morning is face wash and sunscreen. That's it.
Yeah, me too.
But at night it's a
Yeah, we're probably very similar. Yeah.
And my other ritual is before a show, I have my lucky socks.
Oh.
Depending how, and then I just bought a lucky pair of shoes. So I have a new pair of shoes. I have a pair of shoes that I only wear it when I have a stand-up show.
You got to tell me. I'm a sneakerhead. What are the shoes?
Oh, it's Adidas, just some classic Adidas.
Like Sambas, like 3-stripe
yeah,
gazelles?
Adidas, yeah, 3-stripe, black, white, black shoes, white stripe, just a classic suede. The suede one is the Sambas.
Yeah. Those the colloquial term is Sambas. They're gazelles. Yeah, great.
Yeah,
great.
just classic Adidas. They go with any outfit. But yeah, I wear that with my lucky socks. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. What are the lucky socks? You gotta.
It's cats and bread. Loaves of bread and cats. Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
I have like 2, and then I have another pair of lucky socks. They're just cats, but yeah.
I love that. Do you have cats?
I used to foster cats when I was a drug dealer back in my drug dealing days.
You mean yeah, that's a lie. We both just winked same time. Question 2, what is a running bit you have with a friend or partner that makes you laugh?
Oh my God, I have so many.
Hit us with one.
I'm going to say my brothers.
Okay.
My brothers, we have so many. Okay, we give each other random names. Like we butcher each other's names so bad because, okay, like my brother, his name is Abdul Rahman, right? And then I would call him and be like, "Hey, Adurikman, what's up, dude?" And then he would go, "Hey," he'd be like, "Yo, Ahmed, what up?"
Like two surfer voices?
Yeah, he would say Ahmed because I had a lot of white friends in college, so they would all call me Ahmed. So then he'd be like, "Yo, Ahmed, what up?"
Wait, what is the correct pronunciation of your name? Now I'm nervous. I said Ahmed.
Ahmed.
Well, what did I call you?
Yeah, Ahmed. You said it right.
Okay. Oh, I'm so nervous now.
You got it.
You know what's funny? My first name, fine. My last name, everybody mispronounces, which is fine.
Joshua.
Well, that's my first name. Well, I go by Josh, but technically my first name's Joshua. My last name is Lanzet.
Lanzet. Yeah.
Every host just goes, "All right, Josh Lanzet." I'm like, it's not.
Lanzet.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not it. Okay, question 3.
Yeah.
What is a very controversial take that you have? So it can be an easy one. It could be a bigger one. It could be political.
I got you.
Okay,
I got you.
Hit me.
I feel whether you're Christian, Muslim, Jewish, I feel like some people become so religious they throw common sense out the window.
Yeah, I agree with that. Is there an example that comes to mind for you?
I have so many examples.
Hit me, because I think we're very much on the same page here.
I have one. where some of the men, they want to marry second wives. I'm allowed to marry a second wife. It says in the Quran that I can marry a second wife. It's like, yeah, but you live in the first world. You live in 2023 in America, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot, but right now it's because it benefits you. You can't say your first wife doesn't want that. A modern woman does not want you to marry a second wife.
No.
You know?
But they're just like, oh, because it's in there.
But it's religion. But this is just one example.
Right. But I do think that's
or comedy. In a sense, we're comedy, where I'm like, hey, this is satire. Well, you can't do that because in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's like, stop. You're bringing religion into comedy. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
I hate that.
We're 100%.
It's like, this is common sense. Common sense is like, dude, I've had like big sheikhs, like I don't want to say names because I don't want to put a damper on their names, because whatever, who would be like, that's actually really funny. But other religious people, they were like, no, jokes are haram. No, they'd be like, no, I get it. No, that's hilarious what you just did there. No, that's funny.
You wish that everyone could see that.
Well, they understand comedy. They understand sarcasm. That's the thing with stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy is all about, like, and remember, it's very new to everybody else. It's very new to around the world. It's been in America for many years.
Yeah.
But because of social media, now it's coming around. But except London, maybe. But it's a very new art form for most people.
I agree.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like getting used to the taste of it.
Yeah, where people are like, where they do understand sarcasm, satire premises, or like, when I say something, it means something else. Whatever. What was it? I'm trying to think of the word. Why am I blanking out on the word? But you know what I mean. Like,
100%.
just comedy in general.
No, I get you. I feel that.
Okay, but it was usually, it's just because of religious people. We're overly religious people, or their stance on gay people. It's like, no, in the Quran you have to hate these gay people, and it's like, bro, like, it's like, dude, you're gonna have to work with a gay person. Just learn to live with this, you know?
Yeah. I think people pick and choose.
Yeah,
a lot of cherry picking going on.
Very cherry picking. Okay.
Question 4: have you ever experienced imposter syndrome? And if so, is there one moment that really
every day of my goddamn fucking life? Every day of my goddamn fucking life,
I was gonna say, is there one moment that sticks out to you? But apparently,
syndrome,
every day.
Literally, just last week, I was having my Ahmed and Friends show at the
Amazing.
Hollywood Improv. It was my second one. I was like, why do I have one? I don't deserve this.
That makes me kind of sad. I feel like you do.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, I have or where I go, oh, I don't think I'm a real comedian because I don't have a don't tell comedy. I literally thought that. Oh, I have all my friends. That's because I want a don't tell comedy because I want people to see me as a real comedian. I don't think people see me as a real comedian because I don't have a don't tell comedy.
Listen, I have some really dark thoughts, but that hasn't ever been one of the don't tell comedy specifically hasn't been one.
Yeah, but or like, I don't think people see me as a legit comedian.
Oh, I have that fear.
Yeah.
I have that fear all the time. Yeah. Final question for you. Typically, I say to people, what is your favorite tea or comfort? But I know you drink tea. So what is your favorite tea?
Okay, so in the morning, I like black tea. We were talking about caffeinated.
Yeah.
So this black tea that I like, or English breakfast. I've been a fan of English breakfast with honey.
Okay.
So that's my favorite. And then my favorite daytime steam throughout the day is green tea. If I'm at a restaurant, do you have some green tea? I would like that. Some iced tea. I like some iced tea.
Do you like an ice green or an ice black?
I like an ice green. Give me that.
Me
Yeah.
too.
And then at night, I like some chamomile tea.
Well, I know this wasn't chamomile, but this is a good night tea.
No, this is good night tea. No, if it was chamomile, I would have been a little bit.
Sleepy time station.
Yeah.
Well, that's the pod, man. How do you feel?
Dude, I feel great. I would definitely like to come back.
We would love to have you. You are truly one of the nicest guests we've had.
Yeah.
You're welcome back anytime. Thank you for coming.
And thank you so much for having me. I mean, you were definitely one of those guys I would see around, but we never had like a conversation. It was just nice to finally sit down and talk. Thank you for inviting me, man.
Of course.
This is a big one, actually. Hopefully you have fans in DC. November 9th, I'll be in Richmond, Virginia. November 10th and 11th, I'll be headlining in DC at Room 808. I hired a camera crew for this. So please come. No, for real, please come. I'm going to be burning a lot of my material from there. And then November 17th, Ahmed and Friends show at the Hollywood Improv. December 3rd, Phoenix, Arizona with my friend Sahib Singh. December 7th, I'll be San Diego, mic drop. And then December 13th, Irvine, California with my friend Sahib Singh.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, my man. And we'll also put all that in the show notes.
Awesome. Thank you so
you.
much.
Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate you.
We'll be back next week. So until then, happy steeping.
The video that I mentioned that has over 10 million views, I was high as fuck. I had like a box of Ferrero Rochers.
Oh,
And it was, I love them. It was like 24. I took out all the wrappers.
Okay.
And I put it in a pile and I left one. It was like 23 wrappers just bunched up.
Sure.
And then the chocolates were like in a bowl somewhere.
Sure.
But I would go, hey guys, I just hit a milestone in my diet and I really want to share with you guys. I only ate 23 out of the 24 Ferrero Rochers. You see, usually I eat the whole package.
Yeah.
With enough diet and self-control, I was able to cut back and only eat 23. Thank you so much for your support. I was just high, just giggling to myself, posted that, blew up. Everyone saw, and they were like, this is the funniest fucking shit. I literally just needed something to post. I just thought it was funny.